From Europe to Thailand. A love, a betrayal. I never imagined I'd be telling this story at the age of 70. My name doesn't matter. What matters is the journey, the mistakes, the love, and the betrayal that followed. I spent most of my life in Europe. I worked hard, saved carefully, and like many men of my generation, I dreamed of a peaceful retirement. I thought the hardest part of life was already behind me. When I turned 70, I felt two things at the same time: freedom and loneliness. My wife had passed away many years ago. My children were grown, busy with their own lives, and I couldn't blame them. Still, I was alone. The evenings were the hardest. The silence in my apartment felt heavier than the years I carried on my back. One day, I came across an article online. It was about men retiring in Thailand. Sunny beaches, cheap living, warm people, and, of course, the chance to start again. Something inside me sparked. Could I really begin a new life at 70? Could I still find love? I started watching videos, reading blogs. Men my age, smiling with young wives, drinking coffee by the sea, looking 20 years younger. Their words made it sound so easy. Thailand changed my life, they said, and I believed them. So, I sold my small house, collected my pension, and bought a one-way ticket to Bangkok. I told myself, this is my last adventure. When I arrived, everything was overwhelming. The heat, the smells, the colors, but also the smiles. People were warm, welcoming. For the first time in years, I didn't feel invisible. In Europe, I was just another old man. In Thailand, I felt noticed. A few weeks later, I met her. She was standing outside a cafe, laughing with her friends. She was half my age, maybe even younger, but when our eyes met, she smiled. That smile, it pierced straight through me. We talked. Her English wasn't perfect, but her kindness needed no translation. She listened. She laughed at my jokes. She touched my hand like it mattered. I hadn't felt that alive in decades. Days turned into weeks. She showed me markets, temples, beaches. Every moment with her made me believe I had found something rare. She told me about her struggles: a poor family, a sick mother, a little brother in school. My heart softened. I wanted to help. I wanted to be her savior. Maybe I also wanted to believe I still mattered to someone. Soon, she asked me to marry her. Or maybe I was the one who suggested it. I don't remember anymore. What I do remember is the way my heart raced when we stood together in that small ceremony. Her hand in mine, flowers around us, and hope filling the air. For a moment, I felt young again. I started sending money to her family. At first, small amounts, then more. A new roof for their house, medicine for her mother, school fees for her brother. I told myself this is what love does. It shares, it gives, it sacrifices. But slowly, little cracks appeared. Phone calls she didn't answer. Nights she didn't come home. Stories that didn't quite add up. When I asked questions, she smiled, touched my face, and said, "Don't worry." But I did worry. One evening, I found a message on her phone. A young man, calling her, "My love." My heart sank. When I confronted her, she cried, swore it meant nothing. She said I was her husband, the man she respected. I wanted to believe her. At 70, belief can be stronger than truth, because the truth hurts too much. Months passed. My savings grew thinner. Her requests grew larger. A shop for her cousin, land for her family, promises of a future together. I gave and gave, until one day I realized I had nothing left to give. When the money was gone, so was she. No note, no goodbye, just an empty apartment and silence heavier than before. I sat there, staring at the walls, realizing the bitter truth. I wasn't her future. I was her opportunity. She didn't love me. She loved what I could provide. It was the hardest lesson of my life. Now, I tell this story not for sympathy, but as a warning. Love can blind us, especially when we're lonely. Age doesn't protect us from mistakes. In fact, sometimes it makes us easier to fool. I don't hate her. Maybe she did what she thought she had to do. Poverty can twist love into survival, but I regret not protecting myself. I regret forgetting that love without balance becomes exploitation. Today, I live simply. I rent a small room. My pension is enough for food and little else, but I've gained something I wish I had long ago: clarity. If you ever think about chasing love across the world, remember my story. Ask yourself, is it love or is it need? Are you seen as a partner or as a wallet? I wanted a new beginning. What I got was a painful ending. But maybe my ending can be someone else's warning. So, this is my truth. From Europe to Thailand, a love, a betrayal, and the silence that remains.